Hello, I'm Roberto, and we are learning Rust. Today, like always, with us, Luciano. Where are you?
Hello, everyone.
Up, down. If you don't know this channel, in this channel we talk about Rust and technologies. You can find a recording of video streams on YouTube, and if you're watching this on YouTube, we stream every day. Not every day, every Monday. Every day will kill us. Every Monday, 6 p.m. Dublin time.
And we haven't been very consistent lately, so I wouldn't even say every Monday.
But because you are always talking somewhere and I'm always sleeping somewhere else. So today we are going to catch up where we left last time. We are doing this replacement for a tool that Luciano uses to send first chapter of his books, multiple books at this point, to people, but they have to pay with their email to get this first chapter. So all of this is done in Rust with lambdas. Luciano, do you want to share the diagram so we can recap and say where we left?
There we go. Hopefully you can see that.
Yay, I can see that.
Maybe a bit small, but hopefully we'll be able to explain. You want to try to explain, Roberto, or should I?
Where we left, I think we started creating with some all the possible lambdas, keeping empty code in them, connecting them between resources that we need, REST buckets, SQS queues. For now, no event bridge. That is something that we'll do maybe at the end of it. And we have a first lambda that gives back a form. When you put your email in the form, this form posts to another lambda, the campaign email, and this lambda put stuff in DynamoDB and send a message to the SQS. And basically, we arrived there last time. We were able to put messages in the SQS queue, and the message was immediately consumed by the send confirmation lambda that does nothing. So the message was just going out of the queue, going to the lambda, and then disappearing in the cloud. Maybe it was raining, so.
And the interesting thing to mention there is that because of the integration between Lambda and SQS, if a Lambda receives a job from SQS through the direct integration and that Lambda succeeds, AWS considers that the event was processed successfully, so it's just removed from the queue. So this is basically what happened.
You don't have to manually remove the message with this ID from the queue. Stuff that instead I had to do with another project that I have because my service is a long-running service and it's not a Lambda. So
yeah, if you need to keep polling the queue, then you are also responsible for cleaning the jobs from the queue when they are
cleaning after yourself.
Exactly.
So what are we going to do today?
So today we can start to work on this particular Lambda. So basically reading that message from SQS and actually doing something with it. And that something eventually is sending an email. Now, how are we going to send that email? It's something that we haven't really spent too much time thinking about. We would like to use SCS so that we keep everything within AWS. We also know that generally speaking, SCS is a little bit more complex than using something like SendGrid or Mailgun. So the plan B would be, if this becomes too complicated, we'll switch to something like Mailgun or SendGrid or something similar. But initially, we might spend a little bit of time looking into SCS and see, even if we can send an email in the sandbox from our Rust code, I think that will be successful. And I think at that point, that covers the main functionality for this Lambda.
Yeah, point 4 is to update the diagram with the email sent. Cool, we can do that. Point 5 is sending a message to Event Bridge, but we say that Event Bridge for now is out of the scope.
Yeah, the other thing is that we are thinking that if you have multiple campaigns, you might want to have like a different template from S3 that you can load from S3. But right now we can just get away with like an hello world and do all of that stuff later when we have the dynamic of sending an email done.
Yeah, also because like Luciano was saying, SCS is a little bit picky when you have to send out emails because you want to be sure that you're not using that for spam. So there is a little bit of security involved in the process of authenticating the email that you have to use to send out. And it's a little bit annoying.
Yes, yeah. For instance, by default, you cannot just send emails. There is like a process where you have to explicitly request AWS to be authorized to send emails, which means you have to explain your use case and so on. But I think it should be possible to send like test emails in a sandbox environment. So that's what we are aiming for today. So if everything works, we'll do the formal request to AWS.
So to just start, can make sense to try to send an email from the AWS command line. I mean,
Actually, that's not a bad idea, but I would have a quick
AWS
look
is,
first here just to see what are the APIs. Like if there is any step we need to do before that anyway. So here I'm looking at the docs of SCS. I'm just going to put this in the chat if people want to follow along. But basically, yeah, there are different steps. And by the way, SCS is like a super comprehensive email service. It's not just for sending emails. You could also do like your own email server where you can receive email and do automation based on that. So we are not focusing on all of that stuff. We are focusing only on the sending bit. So that's why I am here, setting up email sending. So let's see what it says. You can use the SMTP interface, which we don't like. We prefer to use APIs, I think. Pricing, for now, let's assume we are okay with the pricing. What else? Okay.
Question. In our template, we said that Lambda should be able to send email. Do we have to say that? Because you said we don't want to use SMTP because of credentials, so we want to use the simple email service APIs. But we should attach a policy that says that our Lambda can use those APIs. Do we already have it, or we need to add it?
I don't think so. I don't think we have done that. We can actually quickly review that.
Yeah, we have to do that. Otherwise, we can write the code, but we will get 5 or 3.
If we go send confirmation function, I think this is the one we are working on. Right now, we only have DynamoDB policies. So probably here we'll need to, let's put a to-do. Permissions for sending emails with SCS. Definitely we'll need to do that, yeah.
Now let's see if Copilot does the magic. I don't believe so. Ooh, Copilot, die. Come on, read the comment, do something.
Nope, very shy.
Do the trick. No, nothing. No trick from Copilot.
Oh, was doing something. Doesn't seem quite right.
Yeah, doesn't seem right to me.
Okay, we'll have to figure it out by ourselves.
Yeah, we will find out. Oh God.
Okay, so let's have a quick read here on the using the API. So what does it say? To send production email, this production scares me a little. You can use the simple mail transfer protocol or the API.
No, I want to use the API.
You specify the content of the message, and Amazon SCS assembles a mime or meme, I don't know how to pronounce that, email for you. Alternatively, you can assemble the email yourself so that you have complete control over the content of the message. For more information about the API, see the Amazon Simple Email Service API reference. For a list of endpoints, okay.
There's a welcome to page for the API v2 reference.
Where do you see that?
Below.
Oh yeah, there. See the welcome page. There you go.
What is the welcome page?
Welcome to the reference.
Yeah, thank you. In the accordion on the left, actions. What do we have? Okay, send. There will be a send at one point, no?
I hope so. Let's see.
Probably under the S, so at the end.
Send email. There we go.
Wow.
What does it look like? This is the raw API that if you were not using like an SDK, this is what you have to do. But generally speaking, it matches with what you need to provide through the SDK. Okay, configuration set name. I have no idea what that is. Content, that could make sense. Simple body HTML, text, okay, headers, all of that can make sense. Templates, so there is a concept of templates that is built in SCS.
Yes.
I actually didn't know that. And destination, okay, that's fine. Email tags, that's probably fine. From email address is the part that scares me a little. Because
reply address, from address. Okay, but well, I think we just have to use this API.
But do we need to have a domain? That's the thing.
I sent you a link to the send email command line page, and there is an example at the end of that page.
Okay, where did you put it? Oh, on our secret chat. Okay.
Yeah,
let's open that.
Also called WhatsApp.
What's up? Okay, so this one. Send email. So can we send an email?
Yeah, I
Destination.
think almost at the end of the page there is an example.
So if we scroll at the very bottom, there we go.
Yeah, example. You have to create.
We need to create like a JSON.
2 files, one for the destinations and one for the message, and then run that command. Like you said, the from is what scares you. So
yeah, but I wonder if we can use this for the sandbox stuff.
If you create those 2 files and you run the command, we will find it out.
Okay, what are those 2 files?
Below.
Destination.
Below.
Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, let's try this. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
So if we do here, sorry, where is my terminal? Let me make this a little bit bigger.
Yes, thank you. I'm old.
So if we do settings, actually let's do mkdir test, cd test, touch, what was it called? Settings.json?
I already forgot.
Okay, I am old.
Me too.
Destination.json.
Destination and the other message. Okay.
We can do Vim.
Right quit. Yeah, nothing.
Oh, come on. I cannot use Vim. How do you even use Vim? Come on, guys.
I don't know. I'm spoiled. I use stuff that are a little bit, or I use
Okay, message, test, email, blah, 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 using the CLI. Okay, this message body contains blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. That should be easy. Actually, I'm going to do pb paste on message.json.
Yeah.
Okay, we avoided to use Vim this time. So next, what we need to run is this AWS SCS send email from senderexample.com. Destination file is that. Message is that. Let's see what happens. Is it going to fail? An error occurred. Message rejected. When calling the send email operation, email address is not verified. The following identities failed to check. Region, blah, blah, blah. What?
You also have to verify the destination.
That's interesting.
Come on, guys. If you have to verify the destination, how do you use the service?
Okay, I'm going to do a temp email just to see if that works. Come on, give me a temporary email.
You are doing that on the...
I'm doing it on another screen because there is so much spam in those temporary email websites that...
okay.
So this is the destination. What do? We just want to have one.
Yeah, 1, 2, and you remove the CC. Leave an empty array for the CC.
I don't think it's going to send the email for real if we don't do the sandbox thing, but just in case, let's use one of these emails. Okay, so we run the command. The send email operation, email address not verified. The following sender, okay, now the sender makes sense, but also is complaining about the destination. Is it for the sandbox? Or maybe for the sandbox, we need to do something. We need to add an extra parameter.
Look at the help in the page. There is a dry run of any kind. Destination message, reply, return, tags, configuration tool, CC, BC, subject test, generate, debug, endpoint, no verify, no paginate, output, no sign.
These are the standard ones. Okay, so nothing special.
No, I don't see a dry run of any kind.
Okay, we'll figure it out. Let's see.
There was a link, verify, on the page. There's a verify email address and domains.
Oh, there you go, yeah. Let's see what they say. Oh, we have Tommaso in the chat. Hello, Tommaso. Thank you for joining us. Okay, in Amazon SES, a verified identity is a domain or an email address that you use to send or receive emails. Before you can send an email using Amazon SES, you must create and verify each identity that you're going to use as a from, source, sender, or return path address, which makes sense for production, but I was hoping we could get away with something simpler. For
if
test.
your account is still in the Amazon SaaS sandbox, in theory you are.
You also need to verify any email address which you plan on sending email to. Okay, which is fair enough.
Okay.
But we can probably verify this temporary email for now.
Unless you're sending the test inbox provided by the mailbox.
Yes,
simulator.
let's do that. Amazon SES includes a mailbox simulator that you can use to test how your application handles different email sending scenarios. Okay, how do we get the email? Oh, okay, this one, success simulator, blah, blah, blah. But then we still need to verify the sending email, do we?
I think so. Try to put that in the destination and try to run the command again. Let's see what happens. I don't know if in that case it don't care about the sender anymore, if the destination is that one.
It only complained about the sender, though. Now I wonder if there is a sender that we can use.
Or if there is a fast way of...
Automatic responses.
It's not telling you how to authenticate, how to authorize an email, a sender email.
From the identity tables. Okay, let's do. Where is the? There. We probably need to create an identity.
Okay.
What do we use? Do we use this one?
Do we use yours or the temporary
this temp one?
Okay.
Create identity. Verification pending. Let's see if I
In
receive.
theory, you got an email at that address.
I did get an email. It disappeared.
Perfect. Exactly what you want.
Okay, there is a link. I'm just gonna copy the link and paste it here so you can see what happens. Congratulations.
No, if you use that email as a sender at this time, so you change the CLI command.
So that was the
dash
oh yeah,
from.
that's just on the from.
Yeah, you change the dash from to that one. He's finally doing something.
Oh no,
No, I don't think it's that one. I don't think it's that one.
Wrong copy paste. I know you're gonna tell me for the 1 million times that I need a clipboard manager.
Yeah, but if you want,
I will resist.
Okay, resist the temptation.
Okay, message ID, something happened.
Can we see that in our console?
Let's check it out. I hope so, that there is a way to...
If you find the console.
Sorry, it's here.
Dashboard?
This should be the dashboard. Get started.
No, there was a dashboard on the left. Yes, there's an account dashboard, and then there's another dashboard more on the bottom of that list.
This one, mail manager.
Yeah. Received, rejected, SMTP relays. No, this aims for the mail coming in.
Yeah. So we have an identity which was verified. Here we could create email templates.
Yeah.
Email receiving.
No, these are again receiving. No, I don't see a way to have a metric of the sent emails if that dashboard up there is not updating in some hours. I was expecting at least to have the metric 1 email sent, but anyway, we can do something.
Okay.
Even if you are sandbox mode.
What if we put the same sender and
receiver?
Now that we verified that.
Try. Go in the destination JSON, change it.
Yeah, I wish that there was an easy way to just see. I don't. Oh, sandbox. What it is? 1 email per second. That's my status of the account.
Yeah, that is your status. You're still in sandbox
Send the
mode.
test email. Created entity. Okay, send the test email. Let's simulate from here what happens. Test. Configuration set optional. We don't have one. I have no idea what a configuration set does. Okay, send the test email. What did it do?
Thank you. Completed task. Go scroll down. No.
It didn't even send it, right?
I don't know what it did. Try to put the email FOJ ERA.
It's here
as destination. In the success delivery, if you open, there's a custom as the last option in scenario.
In where?
The scenario dropdown is a custom as last
one.
one.
I see what you mean. Yes.
Paste that
there.
Same email. Okay. Yeah.
And now send.
Okay. Are you receiving it in your?
Let's see.
Super.
You have to trust me on that one.
Yeah.
Your inbox is empty.
Okay, you are getting nothing. Perfect.
Oh, there was something. Test tube arrived.
Okay.
Okay, so we can assume it's working for now, and then we can do all the validation stuff.
If you want to send an email to somebody else, somebody else should be an identity. So if you want to send the email to me and use my email to check, you should add me to identities. I have to check and click on the link. Another point, you can send emails to me, or with another of your addresses, or with another fake address. I mean,
yeah, for now we can just use this temporary email, and then when we get out of the sandbox, then you only need to have a verified domain as a sender. And you
how long it lasts, that email?
How long does it last? Doesn't say. Hopefully it lasts long enough.
Long enough for the stream. Okay, got it.
Yeah, this one doesn't have a countdown. I'm using temp-mail.org.
Tommaso said to try to use as a scenario a failing email to see what happens.
So from here, like one of these, or just to put a different email?
No, I think it was compliant. No, something recipient on suppression list.
Let's use bounce.
Okay.
Let's bounce. Come on. Yeah, here they could have put like some kind of confirmation message. Saying,
nothing. It just do stuff. Perfect. Cool.
Yeah. The UI in AWS can be always a little bit weird.
AWS is always beautiful. Try to open task. There are not only 4, there are more. There are 7, it says. Or view all tasks. There's a button, view all tasks.
Oh, yeah, there it is. I didn't even see that.
No, virtual delivery manager. Request limit, increase production access, request production access. Domain verification needed, not the main. Look, I don't know, but it's enough for our tests. We have an email and we can send stuff to this email.
Let's write some Rust code, I guess.
There is some spam, I think.
Let me kill the spam if I can. Okay.
Thank you.
Righty, so let's write some Rust code. So what we want to do here is
in our send confirmation
main.
Lambda.
So first of all, we need to parse this message, right? This SQL
first of all, we need to add to cargo something to connect it to SES.
Yes. So I suppose that if we go to...
We need the Dynamo, and we can take the Dynamo from...
From here, we should have... No, where did we use Dynamo? Form rendering?
No, not in the form rendering, in the
subscribe. Okay, we definitely use Dynamo there. And we probably need certain JSON because we'll need to deserialize the
so
content.
JSON, Dynamo, and AWS SDK access.
So I'll copy all of these and clean up what we don't need.
So CYD, what? what we used CUID for?
To generate
UUIDs?
the
Okay.
ID of the subscription, yes.
Okay. But we don't need that in this Lambda because here we just have the.
I don't think so. Okay, so send confirmation. Well, we might need to generate some kind of link with some kind of ID.
But well, let's go to Cargo Toml, paste what you have in the clipboard before you delete your clipboard.
So let's copy paste here.
Yeah.
Let's remove this one. We definitely don't need it. Let's keep CUID for now.
Mm-hmm.
And also we probably want SES.
US SDK SES at which version?
Let's keep it the same. Well, the config is not the same, which I'm surprised.
I'm not. Is AWS. So
Okay.
Okay. Clipping in the background.
It's clipping in the background. So the first thing we need to do is event.payload. What do we have in the event? Okay, clip is clipping.
We are compiling. So do we have a type that we needed to take from the subscribe code?
We did use a JSON type, right? What did we put in the queue? Payload, just email. So this is what we want.
Okay, it's not that. Now, for now, we copy and paste it.
For now, yeah, we could do a shared.
Yeah, in theory, we should have a shared library with the types that are shared between the lambdas.
Wouldn't be too difficult to create, to be honest.
Should that go in the workspace also, in the root cargo toml?
So if we are, let's do it here. We can do cd. Actually, in here, what we can do is cargo new lib and do shared. Let's call it shared. And I think it will add automatically in the cargo toml as, yes, there it is, shared. And now in shared, what we can do is say, we don't write tests because we're crazy. And in not send confirmation, but subscribe, we add that type.
Yeah.
Which, what do we call it? Let's give it a better name here.
Yeah, the payload was making sense if it was local to the lambda. Now that
exactly.
It's shared.
Let's call it public.
SQS is the SQS payload. So
send confirmation.
Is the subscribe event payload, because from our point of view, this is the subscribe event, or not?
Fair enough. You could say it that way. And we'll need to use serdi, which is not there. So let me copy paste serdi from here.
Serdi JSON was just.
I thought serdi should be there as well to do the serialize. How did we do it? Oh, because this is the wrong lambda. In subscribe there. I'm sure that we also have serdi. Okay.
But we forgot to copy and paste.
So in shared, we can do this. And in lib, now we can import. Come on. Do the magic.
You're asking a lot to your poor machine. Do we need the JSON one here, or?
I don't think we need the JSON. So what we want to do here is in subscribe. Now we want to use shared and say the shared is source. Is that correct? I think so.
Yeah.
And now in
is double is probably another one above that one.
No, it's just.
No, we're inside lambdas. Shared is outside of lambdas. So I think
you're right.
Yeah,
you are very right.
More level above.
And then inside in source, what we can do is get rid of this guy.
And see if it proposes you to include... we have to change the name in line 52. It's not payload, but is subscribe event payload now. Yeah,
It doesn't find it, which I think we made some mistake there with the
low
import.
Not payload. No, you're fine. Payload. Sorry, I'm spelling it.
Okay, so I think we have an issue there somewhere. Rust Analyzer is complaining. So what did we do?
Yay.
Failed to run the following command. Specified without providing a local path. Isn't that the way you provide a local path?
Maybe not.
Is it just path, maybe? Oh, it is path. Oop.
Where is it gone? Where is it gone? Okay.
Okay, this is looking better. It's doing stuff.
And now in the code, is proposing you to import that, or is still compiling?
It's still indexing, but let's see. Come on. You can do it. It did fail again. Why did it fail? Config value env is not set. Oh, it's still trying to do
the broken one. Have you saved the
import share? Okay, now it's finding it. It just took some time.
Was compiling. So we did everything to extract from this Lambda, and now we can import in the new Lambda.
We still have some errors here. Why is it? Oh yeah, because email needs to be public as well. Now it should be happy enough. Why is it complaining? Because the serialize is not needed anymore. Perfect. That looks better. Now in here we did this. This needs to happen also in send confirmation.
Yes. Okay, and now it's compiling because it's what Rust does.
Now it's compiling, and in here,
if we do event dot at this point, we have something finally, or
Copilot thinks that there is stuff. I think we need to do payload and then records. And records is an array of...
because they can be multiple records, not just one.
I think so.
Okay, so we have to iterate through that, and for each of these records, consider that is a different email.
Let's do for event payload. So for record in that.
You have to do dot iter, or is already an
I think when you do a for, it will do that if it's into iter, which a vec should be.
Okay.
Now, record, what can we do with record? There is a body, which is an option string, and this is what we need to parse.
To parse in our payload data type, in our subscribe event payload. So we have to declare probably our payload of type subscribe record payload equal to body.into.
What I would like to do first is just print ln this.
You have an okay at the end of the function to make it happy.
Oh yeah, right.
With a double open closed. Okay. Will it compile like this? Why record body is not?
Yeah, because it might be...
It's an optional string.
So is that gonna make it happy? Hopefully, yes. So if we deploy all of this, we should be able to test end to end and see if things work.
And look in the logs if we have that print.
Okay, let me delete this. So I should have a terminal session with an identity.
Make the font a little bit bigger if you don't mind.
Yep. So some validate and some deploy.
Boom.
Oh, what happens?
Operation not permitted.
I am in the wrong folder.
Perfect.
That's what happens.
You were in the folder you deleted. Nice.
I don't know if I even deleted it. I should before.
You deleted, but Linux system are fine if you delete a folder while the console is on it, isn't it?
Yeah, you are just in a weird environment, right?
Yeah. You are just in a dead place, but who cares?
Okay, this is joke time. If anyone has a good joke.
I should ask my PM for features.
Tommaso says, finally some real tests, not unit tests. We don't like those.
Nah. We die like real men. In production. We do the CrowdStrike way.
Exactly. We don't believe in automation.
Yeah.
Automation is for losers.
Automation is just a faster way to scale up bugs. You see, if they were deploying manually, CrowdStrike would have noticed it. Instead, automations, 8 million and that machine broke.
Yeah, if somebody had to manually deploy to 8 million machines, that would have been fun.
But now they have to go manually in 8 million machine
to clean up one file.
Yeah, so I don't know what's better. Ever heard of rolling rollouts?
Yeah, the thing that was the most fun, did you hear about the voucher thing?
No.
Apparently, they started to send to customers $10 vouchers to say sorry.
$10?
$10, which, I mean, for a company that maybe lost millions because...
Per machine?
Actually, I don't know, to be honest. But the fun part is that when people started to try to redeem the voucher, they were like, sorry, this voucher has been cancelled. So double failure.
I think that if I was an engineer working in that company at this moment, I would be updating my CV and starting to send my CV out, probably changing CrowdStrike to some other name just to not be related to the incident. But yeah, anyway, I will just change company to be sure.
Yeah. By the way, meanwhile, in my 10 email, I received the bounce notification. So that bounce test actually worked.
Okay. Your CPU is doing something, or we are just
looking
at a broken console there?
I think because we install new dependencies. This is the plague of Rust.
Have you updated also Rust in the meantime, so you had to rebuild them?
But I did a build before the stream, so I think this is just the new dependencies.
Okay.
I must have updated Rust between the latest stream and now, but yeah, I thought I had fixed that.
Oh, it's moving. It's moving.
Come on, you can do it.
Send me $10. No, sorry.
Actually, while it's doing all of that, I don't remember the URL for the subscribe, so we'll need to figure out how to get that. We probably get it as an output from the deployment, right?
Yeah,
I believe. Okay.
So you have to wait for the deployment to happen.
Oh, it's moving.
Oh, it's moving. What once? Uploading all the art. He recompiled everything. Okay, thank you.
Interesting.
Okay, let's say yes.
Now,
so
yes.
It goes on.
Yeah, it's recreating all the lambdas. Maybe because I updated Rust. So it's producing new binaries? I don't know.
Also, the compilation time seemed a lot, so probably recompiled everything. And also, TP was taking forever to take the new module that were imported.
Come on, we want to test.
I was doing some Terraform for some experiments at work, and my God, waiting for this stuff to apply is eternal.
Yeah, you forgot about that kind of stuff, right?
When you use Kubernetes, you tend to forget about this because it's just...
There we have a URL. Okay, so we don't need just this URL because we also need
a campaign ID of some kind. And the last time we created one in DynamoDB.
So form campaign ID. So our URL is going to be this /form/campaign ID, which we'll need to get from DynamoDB.
Yeah, but we have to create it in DynamoDB because if you...
I don't know if I destroyed the old one. Let's see. Tables. No, campaigns. We still have something. So explore items.
Item count says 0. So
we need to create one.
Yes. I suggested last time to have a command to create them. Do we have it somewhere, or we just...
Okay, no, we don't.
No, we don't. What are the fields?
So
they are in the
let's
schema.
just call it test for now. What are the fields in the schema? That's a good question. We had it in that diagram, right?
Yeah, we have them in the diagram.
So campaign ID, name, reward, sticky, thank you message. All this stuff we're not really using, to be honest.
So just campaign ID, do you think is enough?
Probably is enough. I will just try and see what happens. So let's call it test. Doesn't matter. So now we should be able to go here and say test. And we get a form. Beautiful form. Look at my skills as a designer. Okay, so you can get my emails.
Is mobile first, is also quite accessible, colorblind friendly.
Exactly.
Can be read by automated softwares. So I think
we use this thing, hello test, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Blah.
Now, if we go in the log of the lambdas, do we see that println that you add?
So if we go in the logs of the lambda, let's go to lambda. I have lots of lambdas for stuff I was trying, but it should be confirm subscription, right?
Yeah.
If we go to monitor and view CloudWatch logs, does not exist. That's weird.
In the metrics, they're telling you that it was executed or not? No.
Nope.
No, it's not. It's confirmed subscription or
send confirmation. Sorry.
It's send confirmation.
That makes more sense. Now monitor.
It was run at least once. Not yet. Okay.
Doesn't say anything. Sometimes there is a bit of lag on this.
Yeah, there is 5 minutes lag sometimes.
So let's see if we have a list of CloudWatch logs. Not yet.
No.
Okay, so what else can we check? Let's check the subscribe function. That should have run because that's the one that responded to the form submission, right?
Okay. AWS logs are taking their sweet time always.
At least here we have a log. And this one is saying inserted message in the queue. Yada, yada, yada.
The SQS queue tell you something?
The SQS queue, we should be able to see some stats.
I mean, what message should have passed by?
Message available 1. It's not consuming it. Why is that?
Was not supposed the Lambda to trigger automatically?
In theory, yes.
Lambda triggers? Why there is nothing?
Should be there, right? But if we go here in function and then... Oh, did we comment it out, that event, maybe in the template for testing?
Oh, probably.
Yes, that's why, because we wanted to see the message itself. Okay, now this deployment should be a little bit faster.
Yeah, and the event is still in the pipe, so it will just be processed when we
Exactly.
update the
We don't need to
function.
submit again,
Maybe.
in theory.
We'll see.
Okay, yes.
So it's modifying the Lambda, adding a source mapping.
Oh yeah, that's nice. So Sam is automatically adding the permission to Paul from SQS, I think.
For the SES, we have to do that manually, probably. Or is there a SES resource in SAM?
I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, we'll have to see what the IAM for SCS looks like.
Yeah.
You probably,
Okay.
I expect you'll need to specify like the sender or something, but we'll see. Okay, so now if we go back to the queue, actually to the send confirmation Lambda, now I expect that if we go to monitor, there was one execution. This is still very slow. Okay, view CloudWatch logs. Now there is a log group, and we have a message.
Some campaign ID test, email, whatever, subscription ID, that one. And in Dynamo, we have that subscription ID for the campaign test. So now with this, we can load the DynamoDB the row and say sent.
Wait, didn't we? I think we did something wrong. I mean, this is good that we get a log, but what I was expecting was just this field, this email field. So this is, I think we have another type.
That is the payload of the form.
Exactly. We moved the wrong type there.
Yay. No. Well, it's nice probably to keep the types in the shared anyway.
Where is it that we send to SQS?
We created that on the fly, no type.
Right, so we can create a type for it.
Yeah.
Clean it up a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. What do we call it?
Shared. At this point, this is the subscribe event payload. The other one is the form payload.
Yeah, so let's restore that one.
Can't you rename that one to form payload and then we can leave it in the shared library? No, you don't like it?
Doesn't make sense to be shared because we will be using it only for this one Lambda.
If the Lambda that creates the form wants to use the type, it's nice to have that shared.
But the Lambda that uses the form, that creates the form, is just creating HTML, so it doesn't really need to.
Okay, so move it back.
Okay, so let's restore all that stuff, all of that, and then all of this. And we call it, let's give it a better name, form payload. I think it's a little bit nicer. And then where do we use that?
It was line 52. Is the change
You are
line?
right.
Now it's 58 because probably we moved around or some stuff.
Okay, so that's good. That should still work. And now we can create here that other type, which had 3 fields that were somewhere here: subscription ID, campaign ID, and email.
They should be all public. There is an add. There was an add.
Okay.
Another approach, say Tommaso, put every function of business logic inside the shared and import them from the Lambda. At least you can test all of the flow in a unit test in the shared library. Rust optimizer strips unused symbols. Okay, so if you import the shared library, but you're not using all of the shared library, Rust is not compiling the unnecessary bits. It's not linking, compiling, putting in your executable, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I don't disagree with this suggestion, but I'll keep it as a to-do for later.
Okay, so now we want to create this type for the SQS message body.
So basically, what we want to do.
Campaign. You already created the type. Sorry, I was distracted.
Actually, yeah. Let's
Tommaso type, a Tommaso message.
Let's remove this one, and what we want to do is. Why it keeps adding this? I don't want it.
Copilot, go home.
We want to use subscribe event payload with that, and I think we can use some nice shortcuts.
Campaign ID was not called campaign ID.
Oh, it's an str. Okay. There. And now, why doesn't like that?
Serializable is not serial because the other one was only deserializable coming from the from. So we have to annotate in shared also serialized because it should be serializable and deserializable.
Which needs to be import. Does it need to be deserializable? Yes, because we want to deserialize on the other side.
In the receiving lambda should be.
Okay, so at this point, why is still red? What else are we missing? Payload.email.
Tommaso say that on the paper, compile them and then link together and then strips out the stuff that is not used after. But he's not an expert on this topic. Anyway, we trust that Rust is doing the right stuff. The exact order is second.
Okay, where do we move? Oh, here we are moving, so we'll need to do a clone. Okay, now it's happy. Next step is if we go back to send confirmation, now we should be able to say, actually, did we import here the shared? Yes.
Yes.
So what we can say is...
from that record body, we need to create a subscribe event payload.
So we need to say if let
somebody
some body.
Sorry.
Okay, now what we want to do is I don't know, let message as there we go.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Now we have to send an email to message.email, and we want to update some Dynamo tables if the message is successful. So at this point, we still we need to look into the SES APIs.
Yes, I'm gonna do a quick note here as a to-do. Implement list of failed messages, and I'm gonna explain what that means. So you could return here as a result a special type that is a list of messages that failed. Well, a type that contains a list of the ID that failed. And in that case, the Lambda integration with SQS will automatically republish only those. So if you have if you receive 3 messages and only one fails,
okay,
2 will be deleted and 1 will go back.
So if you don't do this and the Lambda fails, it will fail all the messages.
Exactly.
If you don't do this and it succeeds, it will succeed all the messages. But if you succeed giving back a list, it will republish the one in the list.
Exactly.
Okay. And so the one in the list are the one that failed.
I think so. Yeah, there is a specific type that we can check later. So
okay, but for now we say one event for one message for every invocation.
Like for instance, here rather than using the question mark, which will make fail the entire function, you would have some, I don't know, some if statement that if it failed, you just populate a list of IDs, something like that.
Well, we can do that, like you said, in a to-do for the future. Now, we need an SS client. In some other Lambda, we were creating that in the main function. And what were we doing? Passing it to the invocation handler? No, what were we doing?
Okay, so what were we doing? We were creating it here and passing it here. So there is a special syntax that we can copy from the subscribe, I think.
Yeah, the one that was doing Dynamo. I think we create the clients.
Okay,
in the
so we
config.
probably, oh yeah, we created a special config because we had a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Probably worth copying the same approach because we might have more configuration.
Yeah, because we need the campaign table to check the campaigns, subscription table to do what? To update the subscription as sent.
And then we need the client, DynamoDB client, and the SCS client.
Yeah. So yes, the email queue, we don't need it because we get events.
Let's copy all of this.
Yes. Then the event was the syntax to pass the config. Yeah.
Okay, so campaigns table and subscription table we probably need. Email queue we don't need, but one thing that we will need is sending email or sender email.
Well, we have 27 SQS client that we can use the SES client.
Yeah, but we still need to decide which.
Okay.
Which probably will be a constant as an environment variable we hard code in the template.
For now, yes.
Okay, then SDK load from env, that's fine. DynamoDB client, that's fine. SQS client, this is going to become SCS client, and AWS SDK SCS client new config. Is that going to be happy? Ooh, nice. Okay, so we need to create the config struct. So struct config, and this is going to have almost correct.
He's reading the other files. He's copy and pasting. No, the email queue, we don't need it.
This is sender email.
Yeah.
And this is sender email.
Now he's
and this is
about
SCS client.
We don't import env.
We need to import env. Good point. Okay. And there was another bit of code. So this one we can copy paste because, yeah, we'll need to change the signature of the handler as well because we want to receive a config which is of type reference to config. Yeah, we're not using it yet. Fair enough. And we are not using all of this yet. So other than that, are we happy? Yes. Okay, so here what we could do is SCS, config dot
underline config.
Good point. SCS client. What do we have there? Send email.
Send email. Yeah. What does a send email want from us? Probably we should look at some documentation of the Rust AWS SDK to see how to use send email. It will be a chained like the other client.
Yeah, it's like a builder, right?
Yeah, it's a builder.
Send email fluent builder. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it's a builder pattern.
So we probably need message, destination, the same parameters we had in those.
Yeah, we have to look at what are the structure of those parameters.
So. Okay. So let's see here if there is an example.
Sorry.
Beautiful. Lots of examples. But yeah, we have source, which is what it is. The email address that is sending the email. So definitely we need that. Source and destination. Destination is probably an object with all the different tools, CC and BCC.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do, there is a type called destination. Let's start with the source. So source can be
is config.sender email.
There we go. Hopefully is happy with that. And then what is the last step? Is there like a send? Yeah. And then probably there is an await as well.
Okay. So
then dot
destination is message dot.
We probably need to import a destination. There you go. Destination, where to address is our
message.email, or what it was, message.email.
Email.
Yeah.
Do we need to clone? I wonder. Or it can be maybe just a reference. Let's see what happens. And the other two can probably be default.
They're all optional. Wait, they're all optional, so you have to write some is an optional vector.
Yeah, I thought that default would do the trick.
Yeah,
just
but
fill them in with none and none.
Yeah, but to address is an optional vector, it's not a string.
Oh, I see. Yes, so this is some vec.
Some vec.
Of
vec,
from.
Can't you do the macro vec there?
Yeah, good point. I haven't done Rust in too long. And now it needs to be a string, right? If it needs to be a string, then we need to do a clone. We cannot get away with a reference.
No, it was not that.
No, okay, what else is complaining about?
Is not vec request exclamation mark?
Yes.
And now it's complaining about what?
Non-exhaustive struct using... seriously? Okay.
Doesn't know what is it.
What's the other one? CC. Cannot create non-exhaustive struct using struct expression. Is it because it's probably there is like probably we'll need to use like a builder.
Oh, AWS. Fuck. AWS is always.
Well, this makes it a little bit easier because then we can do the message email, and now we can do build, and probably we don't need to do anything else. Right? Cool. Yeah, that's happy.
Dot message, a message will be the same builder pattern.
Probably. Yeah, so this needs to be a message builder dot
subject. Thank you for subscribing.
Yeah, please confirm your
email
subscription.
Address. Yeah, because this is the one to send the confirmation email. Yeah, you're right.
And actually, here another to do would be like generate the link and the template.
Yeah.
So let's put it here to do generate unique token to do yes, or maybe maybe it's a JWT. We'll figure it out. Generate template. Well, generate message content or something like that.
Yeah, generate the body from the template. Now that builder has a dot message also. Dot body. What do we have in that after subject?
I think so. There was something else. Dot body. And body is a body because probably there is like a HTML and text versions. For now, we're just gonna go with text. Body builder dot text.
Set text. Content is of type content.
Click here to confirm your subscription. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, build.
Yeah, but is a string good? Or
so to string?
No, the type of text was not a string. The type of text was a content.
Seriously? What the hell is a content?
Content dot builder.
What is a content? It's a struct where you have data and char set. Okay, probably there is like a content new or into or from or whatever. There is a builder.
Yeah, obviously there is a builder.
Come on, they didn't implement like a...
I just want to send a string.
Yeah, I was expecting that there was like an into and will default to UTF-8 or something.
Nah, it's AWS. Everything should be painful.
Okay, let's roll with the pain. So, and also this one is complaining because
subject is a content.
Okay, let's do it here. Come on.
Let's subject
to do generate subject. Okay, let subject equal content. Looks correct. Builder, yeah. Let message text.
Okay. Now we can replace those two with the variables. The subject can be the same for all messages. So we could create that outside of the loop. The text instead should be different for each message in the loop. But yeah, another. Some text. It should also is optional, so it should be a song.
Seriously? Why do you give me a builder then? Oh, no, it's just maybe I didn't save. No, what is the problem? Oh, this can fail. Why can it fail?
Encodings.
Maybe.
Yeah, change the body with message text. No, message text.
Okay, we still need to use a body, so let's do let body here. There we go.
This is a game of Chinese boxes.
Come on, why are you unhappy now? Oh, Copilot was assuming that this could fail, because of course if this can fail, why this cannot fail?
No, can't.
Okay, now what else? Found a string because no, it's not a string.
Because line 37, if let somebody of type string, we are shadowing the variable in line 37.
Oh yes.
So don't call it body, call it email body. The other one is the SQS body.
Yeah, and this one, let's call it SQS.
Body,
or,
and in line 38.
Yeah, SQS body or record body.
In line 38, you have to use SQS body.
Line 38, yes.
And now you have to use the message email body in line 44. Okay. Now the message that we declare in line 38, we use it anywhere.
The message that we use in the we create line 38, you said?
Oh yes, we use it for the email. Okay, so it's not complaining because we use it in line 44. Okay, cool, got it.
Okay, so one thing we still need to do is to figure out the permissions here.
Because now if we run this, we get an error when we try
so
to
let's check AWS SES send email policy. Let's see what that looks like. You can add conditions, but what is the action and the resource? Okay, SES send email and send raw email.
Okay.
Condition. I wonder if some has some templates. Some policy templates. Is there an SES? There is SES email template CRUD policy. Let's see what it is. Create template, get template,
This
list
is
template.
to use the templates. We want to send an email, not to use the send. Send email was a send email. I saw that. Try to search it in the page. Yeah.
Okay. Send bulk templated CRUD policy.
Well, I just care about the send email.
Should we just create the policy ourselves?
But can't we use this one? I mean, if it has extra stuff, who cares?
I care. It breaks my heart.
You're adding extra permissions. No.
Oh, why there is a V2, by the way?
Because there is API V1 and V2 for send email. I don't know which one are we using, by the way.
Okay. Let's use this one. I have no idea. So this one, which parameters does it have? There is an identity name. Yeah, this one has a lot of stuff. But anyways, let's roll with this one. So here, what we want to do is this. SCS. Send message policy.
Okay, let's try with that. That is SQS.
SQS, yes. So SCS. Which one was this one? Bulk template. Why doesn't provide that one? It only provides this one.
Does that one has send email?
Send email. What did we call it as an environment variable? Sender email. Now this sender email doesn't exist. We'll need to add it as a parameter, and we'll need to add it also as an environment variable.
Yeah.
Now, can we see what's this policy? Of course not. Okay, let's trust it. This good. So sender email is that. Did we need anything else? No, it was just this tree. Okay, let's create a new parameter. Default. For now, just gonna copy paste.
Yeah, the temporary mail that you created.
Okay, can we deploy or do we need to do anything else?
Let's try. It will try to send an email to the address of the form, but we can use the same email also in the form and see what happens.
Oh yeah, it should work, right? You can send an email to yourself.
Yes, because before we tried that from the CLI and you got the email after 5-6 seconds. So.
Okay, so build and deploy.
I will call it a day after this test.
Yes. Fingers crossed that it works, so we can call it a day very happily.
Or we call it a day with a failure and we fix it.
Exactly.
I was remembering that the SES was annoying, and it still is.
I was expecting worse, to be honest. So if this works, I'm happy. But then, yeah, we'll need to see what the validation process looks like for a real domain. Like if you really have your own domain, your own custom domain, and you need to do all the shenanigans to be able to send emails from that domain, I think that's where it gets complicated.
You should enable that anyway for your domain, because if you want to use this as a replacement for your books,
yes, then it needs to be trustworthy, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you have to enable SES, or you have to rely on external services,
which also give you a little bit of pain to validate your custom domains if you have some. Like you need to create all the DNS records for.
Yes, and Grid recently updated a lot of those stuff. It become a pain to have to validate all your addresses. I get some failing scripts because of that.
Okay, I don't think we have any validation that, intentionally we didn't add any validation about duplicated subscriptions. So
no, because in theory you can subscribe
multiple times.
Yes, in theory we should, but this is something that we can do obviously later on. In development, that is a pain. Also because you can lose the email. I mean, you delete it by error. What do you do? I can't let you subscribe again. Doesn't seem very nice.
Yep, fair enough. So where did we have the form? Not here, but here. If we go back, thankfully it's still filled in. Hello, test.
No, let's go and look at the logs of the Lambda.
Let's go and look at the logs, which are somewhere here.
In the meantime, you can also keep an eye on the receiving inbox for that fake email.
Oh, I already got it.
Cool.
Can I show it without all the spam?
Yeah, show with the spam.
Okay, I'll show it with the spam.
If there are no naked women, it's fine.
There could be, because I was getting some dodgy stuff before. Okay, there you go. Please confirm your subscription. Click here to confirm your subscription.
It
So,
worked. So we can call it today happy.
yes, cool. I'll give you the honors to close things off.
Okay, let's wrap it up. You can find the recording on YouTube. The link is on Twitch in the About section. If you're watching this on YouTube, we do live stream on Twitch every Monday, 6 p.m. Dublin time. Make sure to check the Twitch link in the YouTube description. Give us a follow so you can be notified. Feel free to leave and comment NPRs, whatever you want. Everything is well accepted. We are trying to learn Rust, so don't expect our solution to be the most clean or idiomatic ones. If you know better ways of doing stuff, please let us know. Thank you for all the suggestions in the chat, Tommaso. And are we going to raid somebody?
Yes, of course.
Yay.
And I think it would be more Rust, but yeah, you'll find out. So have fun. I hope you will enjoy it. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.